Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Kat and Gabby Show. We're happy to have you with us. Today, we are dedicating our podcast for a very special cause, and that cause is Movember, November. So we're going to be focusing on men's health. This show's for the guys because we care deeply for them, and we want to make sure they're healthy and happy. So hello, Kat. How are you this week?
I'm good. And yourself?
I'm good. I can't complain.
We can, but nobody gives a shit, really.
No,
so
not
just
really.
keep going. Plug on.
We hope everyone out there is doing well.
Yes, hopefully everybody's keeping busy, which I'm sure they are. So, and time is flying. You know what's around the corner.
That's right.
Nobody wants to face the facts, but guess what? It's almost the middle of November, and time is flying.
It sure is. And before we start, I'd also like to give just a little shout out for all our veterans out there and veterans who have passed.
Thank you.
We would like to say thank you for your service. We're very appreciative, and I don't think Canada would be such a great country without their service.
Definitely not. Appreciative doesn't even cover it. So
thank you.
Thank you very much for everything that you've done for this country.
That's right. Lest we forget, this Saturday, November 11th, everyone can take a few minutes to just give a little time out and reflect and give thanks. So, Kat, what is our beef this week?
Well, our beef is ongoing, as we've discussed before, about the waste of money, in my terms, is what I'm going to say, to things going on in the city. And there's a lot of people that are not happy with the budget for the Christmas lights.
No.
Streetcar Named Desire. That's going
That's
nowhere.
Another one.
That's another one, yes. And poor guy Reno Bortolin, who's getting thrown under the bus for comments that he made, which were probably in the heat of the moment. I'm not sure because I wasn't there, but I can just guess. And he didn't mean what he said.
Well, Kat, sorry to interrupt you, but first let's mention to our listeners who are not familiar, he is a city councilor member for Windsor. And he said or made a comment that he regrets now, and I'm sure he didn't mean any harm by it.
Absolutely not.
Please continue.
Right. Yeah, just, money is spent recklessly, in my words, and that could be spent in other
much needed areas
as streetlights, which he was saying. The roads in Windsor and Essex County, we know, are horrible. Homeless. I mean, the list goes on. And honestly, the budget that they even lowered for the Christmas lights in the city, in Jackson Park, and this streetcar, I believe are not necessary,
why.
Right? I mean, I just don't see it being that necessary. So, in his defense, he wanted to say that the money can be spent better elsewhere. It didn't come out that way, but he was trying to.
What did he say, Kat?
Improve,
do you have a quote of that?
Not exactly. I'm going to try and find it.
Okay, I believe a resident was concerned about non-lighting in an alleyway.
Correct.
He made a comment about not having lights because, he feels the money that the city has is not being allocated correctly.
Here we go. So this is from the Windsor Star, and this was quoted from October 18th story saying, this is him quoting, "When I have to continually go back to residents and say there is no money for a $3,000 alley light where that person got beat up and raped last week is hard." And then they say, whatever, you have a person who maybe he's talking to, whatever, you just got Christmas lights and you just got a trolley. So, like I said, I'm sure the residents in that neighborhood, they're frustrated as well because obviously they realize that the money is being spent in other ways that they're not happy with. So they come to him, and again, he's put in a spot, actually in a tough position where he agrees, but him as one person cannot do so much about it.
Right. So he said what he said, but I believe he didn't mean
No, I think
harm.
it's being hugely blown out of context. by people
Right.
who are just looking to cause
You know.
trouble and, because they got nothing better to do. So that's
I
our
think he
opinion. My
feels-
opinion, sorry, not ours. My
Right,
opinion.
that's Kat's opinion. And I understand how people can be frustrated hearing that comment because the mayor of the city did say that there, for a fact there was no rape or any crime committed in that area. But I think Reno meant it in a way that he was frustrated, meaning, if you have all this money that's coming down to the millions to put up Christmas lights or fix or
get
the
this
trolley car
or
the
whatever streetcar that they're going to rebuild.
I mean, there could be a small amount of $3,000 to add a light, but it's out of his hands. But anyway, I see it both ways, how people can get frustrated, how the mayor's getting frustrated because he doesn't want our city to look bad.
No.
But then again, Reno's also frustrated, I'm sure, because people are approaching him, and now to be reviewed and possibly could he possibly lose his position or be suspended? What's going
no,
on
it
with
would
that?
it's going under for the Integrity Commission.
Okay.
So they're going to go through that and decide what exactly, I guess, what was meant, all that kind of stuff. So he could be reprimanded, penalties ranging from a suspension for up to 90 days. So I guess that commissioner or whatever would decide how severe it was or whatever. So has this already started? I think so. I really, honestly, try not to get involved in politics because it's just
it's
crazy.
It is.
But I do feel bad for the guy because he was just trying to...
Right. As far as I know, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think he's been doing a pretty good job lately. And
his
I'm sure
ward is very happy with what he's been doing.
And,
so.
Who hasn't said something in the heat of the moment
Absolutely.
or if they're angry, right?
Yeah,
I mean,
we're all
I
guilty
plead
of
guilty. I've said things
Definitely.
and then you regret it later. So hopefully this just turns out to be a learning experience for everyone.
Yeah.
And hopefully Reno will be okay and can just get back to work without any more issues about this topic.
Yeah, hopefully. Let's hope for the best for everybody involved.
Absolutely. So good luck, Reno, and good luck all the citizens. We hope we fall into a happy medium here.
Alrighty. So October was all about the girls and their boobs. So now it's November, and now it's about you boys and your nuts. Or more specifically, your prostates. So, and that is a small shaped gland that is a small gland, shaped like a chestnut, like a walnut, that kind of thing. It's not very big, but it's very important to be looked at and taken care of. So that's what we're going to talk about now.
Okay. Here we go. We hope everyone learned something, even if you're not, a guy listening to this for information, or if you've been diagnosed, even for, the women out there, the wives out there listening, girlfriends, or just listening out of common knowledge. We hope you enjoy the show.
Yes, because they're stubborn and they won't go on their own. So.
Absolutely. Okay, so I want to start off by talking about the history of Movember and how it came about. So Movember is a global men's health charity founded by two friends in 2003, Travis Garone and Luke Slattery from Melbourne. Movember is focused mainly on the prevention of testicular and prostate cancers and prevention of male suicide. So one day, the two friends were contemplating how they could bring the mustache back into style. With support and inspiration of women who raised money for breast cancer, they decided, why not? Let's bring awareness to the mustache by raising money for prostate cancer. So now we know November to be the month which Movember takes place. The M-O part refers to the growing of a mustache for the duration of November and collecting donations for their efforts. There are currently over 5 million participants worldwide.
Wow.
Yeah, that's impressive. And that's good.
Mm-hmm.
So even if all you choose to do is grow your Mo, you can be sure you are also contributing in your own meaningful way. So you are raising awareness to other men by setting an example of yourself. Your Mo will act as a reminder of the importance to get examined by a doctor. And all getting started, information can be found at grizzlyatom.co.uk, or even to just make a donation, which is much appreciated. You can visit the Movember Foundation online or the Windsor, for a local source, the Windsor Cancer Center Foundation Grown On campaign. So you can go to the Grown On website, which is windsorcancerfoundation.org. But before I continue, I forgot to mention this earlier. I need to state that before we begin, all information provided in today's show is not to be taken in substitution of seeing your doctor and or seeking professional medical advice. All comments are made based on internet research. The Kat and Gabby Show is not liable or responsible for any harm or actions which may occur caused by any individual. So now, Kat, we can continue.
All right. So, prostate cancer is...
Sorry, no, I have to add one more.
Okay,
one more thing. Sorry,
Go
Kat.
ahead. Tell me.
Sorry, listeners. According to the Grizzly Adam website, on average, and this is very sad to record, but I had to mention, on average, worldwide, men die 6 years earlier than women. And this represents a hidden crisis in men's health overall, according to the Movember Foundation. Some of the worldwide statistics are startling. 500,000 men die from suicide per year, over 75% of all suicides. And prostate cancer is the second most common cancer, with diagnoses expected to rise to 1.7 million cases by 2020, which is not far away.
No, it's not.
And according to the National Center for Biotechnology Information, advances in science and health by providing access to biomedical and genomic information. Although the increased risk of suicide was modest, our findings reflect the severe psychological stress that prostate cancer patients may experience after diagnosis, increased risk of suicide observed in men with prostate cancer, including low risk. So this definitely calls for increased awareness.
Yeah, definitely. It is the most common cancer diagnosed in Canadian men. That's prostate cancer. So what you need to do is...
besides your age, it is very important to get screened for prostate cancer. And did you know that men are more reluctant to seek help if they feel unwell and are less likely to openly discuss their feelings in regard to health or any significant life events? This needs to change because men's health matters. There are people out there who love you and want you in their lives for a long time. So here is some important information. First of all, let's define what and where the prostate is. Again, as mentioned earlier, the prostate is a gland that is a part of the male reproductive system that wraps around the male urethra near the bladder.
Yep.
So medicine.net suggests getting examined every 4 years. That's the adequate time frame. And the typical age to begin getting examined is 50.
Correct. Unless there's a family history,
Right.
then you should go a little bit sooner.
Right. And prostate problems are common in men after age 50, especially, and this is something I didn't know, but especially in African Americans and in men who eat fatty food and or have a father or brother with prostate cancer. So at the start, prostate cancer does not cause symptoms, but identifying prostate problems early is a way to reduce future prostate problems. So symptoms may include frequent urination, blood in the urine, painful urination, dribbling urination caused by, I believe, the enlarged prostate.
Enlarged, yep.
Inability to urinate, painful ejaculation, and pain in the back, hips, thighs, pelvis, and or rectum.
Yeah, because it's all associated.
Right.
So what you need to do is go to your doctor. They will do a digital rectal exam to feel the prostate, which normally should feel like soft. If there is something like a nodule, a little hardness, then that is an alert, shall we say. And then you go for a blood work, which is called the PSA test. The PSA is a blood test. It stands for the prostate-specific antigen, and that's an enzyme produced by the cells in your prostate gland and contributes to the function of semen. In early stages, there's often no symptoms. So as all the symptoms Gabby was talking about, you may not even notice. It may be there, but you may not notice any of that because it's a very slow progressing one, prostate cancer. So sometimes you may not know until you're further along. So now the PSA comes back with values of less than 1, up to depending on how high it is. But normally, if it's greater than 4, that's an alert, because as like with blood sugars, there's a certain level that's normal. If it's greater than 4, then again, that sends an alert to your family doctor to refer you on to a specialist to further investigate you. Further investigation could be, again, a digital rectal exam. It could be a biopsy. And then once a biopsy, they go in, it's like an ultrasound, and they take little pieces from different areas of the prostate to find out if there is cancer going on, or sometimes it's just the tissue being, if you want to say, inflamed. So it kind of gives like a false reading. With infections as well, like say a lower urinary tract infection, you could get a high PSA value, so it's like a false negative. So again, everything you speak to your doctor about, he takes into consideration what this PSA level is, family history, as Gabby had mentioned. If someone, father, uncle, grandfather, brother, your chances of having it are slightly higher than someone who doesn't have any history. So again, after the biopsy is done to determine what is going on there, you go back to the doctors and then they go over, depends. Okay, say it shows up positive. So further treatments may include surgery, again, depending on what stage it shows and how much of the prostate is involved. Surgery, it could be a surgery or radiation treatment. And not all cancers are the same. You may have a small, low percent where all you have to do is monitor. You take your PSA and a digital rectal exam every 6 months with your specialist for, it could be 10, 15 years. It doesn't progress. If when your biopsy comes back, there's a high percent of cancer, then it could be surgery where they remove the prostate. Okay, and that surgery obviously is more involved, and it's a little bit of recovery time, but then the cancer is gone. Depending on if it has spread to other parts, like in your muscle or other things, there may be radiation, there may not be. So again, each person's diagnosis is individual, and so it's hard to say. We're just giving you ideas. And then so active surveillance would be done if it's a low percent, you're going to see the specialist every 3 to 6 months and just keeping an eye on it. Now it may stay low, it may jump up again depending on other symptoms and medications you're taking, that kind of stuff. But again, your doctors will keep an eye on that with you. There's also hormone therapy, which is an injection that you get every 3 months to suppress those hormones, to keep it from progressing further. So as we said, there's so many different ways to go about it. It's not a death diagnosis by any means. Prostate cancer is usually a slow progressing cancer. So unless you're like already further along into like stage 3 or stage 4, excuse me as I'm spitting everywhere, your chances our survival are like awesome.
Higher, right.
Yes. Like, I mean, nothing to worry about. It's not like a death sentence. Absolutely not.
So again, early
diagnosis is key,
right,
obviously.
Right. Visiting your doctor on a regular basis is
even
important.
if you don't feel anything.
Right.
Even if you don't.
Right. Get it checked.
Come 40, come 45, at least by 45. They say 50, but hey, if you're not feeling that great or you just want to know, just peace of mind.
Right.
It's a simple blood test, really. Just go get checked and then like for us, like for ladies, it's mammograms every 5 years. So this one comes back good. Guess what? You got 5 years. You don't have to go back and check.
Right. And you're more aware of this.
And you can sleep. You have peace of mind at night.
And you're more proactive.
Right? Yes. Your wife, your girlfriend, your mother, your daughter, whatever,
All the
they'll all thank you
ladies.
for it. Yes,
Absolutely.
exactly. Just how you would
Good.
expect us to go, right, and get our stuff done. That's what we want for you as well.
Right.
So now, okay, so as we said, it could be curable. Now, as with this, there's also things that'll help in prevention of the cancer. Now, I mean, this is not all 100%, and as with everything, diet and exercise just are suggestions that they always make to like everybody for everything.
And
So
watch your fatty food intake.
exactly. So diet, of course, and as Gabby had mentioned before, obese men are more likely to develop prostate cancer because of the fatty foods and stuff that they eat. So again, that is a proven fact. So a low-fat diet is key. Decrease your red meat, your charred meats, that's like not, killing it on the barbecue. Processed meats. You also should increase the vegetable intake, which again goes with everything. But more importantly for men, eating more cabbage, broccoli, Brussels sprouts, and tomatoes, because those have important vitamins that help with your prostate. Those are key for you. Also, again, stop smoking, as again with everything. Increase your omega-3 fatty acids, and exercise, right? Diet, exercise. Again, that's across the board for everybody and everything. Yes.
Okay.
And because you get stressed out and whatever, heart health.
Really?
Yes. So if your heart is good, a lot of this other stuff will be good as well, but they, want you to take care of your heart as well. So that all, again, works all side by side and interconnected, that kind of stuff. So that's that. Now, as we had mentioned, prostate cancer is more middle-aged to older men. That's just how it is, because as you get older, as we were saying, the prostate, because the symptoms enlarges, that kind of stuff. So it's not an older man issue, but, it does happen to younger people. But with younger men, and this is mostly under 30, I believe it is, testicular cancer is quite common. And that is usually by finding a lump or a growth in the scrotum. Sometimes you feel a dull ache or a heaviness in there too. So again, get that checked out. An ultrasound, a CT scan. They'll again do some blood work to check. All this is follow-up after you talk to your doctor about it. So don't be afraid. Even if it's nothing, again, it's better to find out it's nothing than something.
And
right?
even if it is something, I mean, if you're proactive and you get checked out early, I mean, you have everything to gain by working together with your doctor.
Exactly.
Okay, now, you know what else, Kathy, I was wondering? My father is 84, and he has prostate issues, you know. And now his prostate was enlarged, and the way they treated him was he actually had, and I hope I'm saying this correctly, but he had the walls of his prostate scraped.
Correct. That's called a TURP.
Okay.
Transurethral resection of the prostate.
Okay, and that caused, I mean, there was a little bit of discomfort the day of.
Correct.
But boy, did it make a world of difference for him.
And again, to us, it's a simple procedure because we're not undergoing it, but it's like a day procedure at the hospital.
Yes.
And they take basically what you said, scraping. So because it gets enlarged and it doesn't function 100%. So this helps to help you go pee more.
Right. It helps him
normally
urinate easier.
Right. Because a lot of the time it's little dribbles.
Right.
Or it's like full on flow and you're splashing everywhere. So it's individual for different people. But those are some of the symptoms. Or you're going...
Because he would feel pressure. You know,
yes,
he's like, I need to urinate, but I feel some pressure. But then with this procedure, I mean, it made a world of difference.
Yes.
And he's, you know, he gets it checked regularly. But thank God, you know, he's doing okay now.
It is. You know, again, the prostate is, to access it, they have to go through like the rectum in the back. So again, that can't be comfortable. I'm sorry. It's not. But that's where the gland is. So, having surgery there obviously is going to be sensitive, but you do heal up fairly fast.
And our men are tough out there.
Yeah,
so you
hopefully
can do
you guys
it.
are.
You can do it. If we can get our boobs pressed together so hard for a mammogram, you guys can do this.
Yeah,
you got it.
That's awful. So yeah, there's so many things that can be done. There's even medication. One helps with shrinking it kind of, so
just to prevent further enlargement.
One helps. Like there's so many different things and so many options. It's hard to say, like, to put a definitive on something because each case is individual, and some cases may not need any intervention. Some may need minimal.
Right.
Some may need, like, as we say at our work, the supreme car wash, like the everything,
Right.
So
it's important to get checked and get all taken care of.
Yeah, sounding redundant, again, just go get checked out, and then that way you know what your history is and what you need to do for yourself. So,
right.
Yeah.
That's good. Thank you, Kat.
No problem.
Okay, so I want to talk about next showing symptoms, next steps. Just almost a brief review of what Kat spoke to us about, and I'd like to share with you. So to find out if these symptoms are caused by prostate cancer, your doctor will ask about your past medical problems and your family's medical history. He or she will perform a physical exam. During the exam, your doctor will put a gloved finger into your rectum. Sorry to say that, guys.
Yeah,
but
lubricated.
That's how it goes. Yes, lubricated.
Yeah.
So the doctor will put a gloved finger into your rectum to feel your prostate for hard or lumpy areas.
Right, because it's supposed to be smooth and soft feeling. So.
Okay, and your doctor may also do a blood test, as Kat mentioned, to check the prostate-specific antigen, the PSA level. So, again, PSA levels can be high in men with an enlarged prostate gland or with prostate cancer. You may also need an ultrasound exam that takes computer pictures of the prostate. So if tests show that you might have cancer, your doctor will want to confirm this with a biopsy. Again, mentioned earlier, a very important test. He or she will take out tiny pieces of the prostate to look for cancer cells. Your doctor may want to do a biopsy again to recheck the results. So, depending on your results, you can get more details on treatment choices by communicating with your doctor. It is very important to build a close relationship with your doctor and healthcare team in order to receive the best care that is available for your own specific needs.
Absolutely.
So, guys, very important to get out there and get checked. Your doctor is your friend, not your enemy.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And it's not pleasant hearing, unfortunately, if you have to hear some kind of bad news, because you can only work your way up from there, right? Because at least you're proactive now, and you can get this, hopefully, taken care of and eliminated from your life.
Yes. Yep. Because there are options. It's not, as we mentioned, a death sentence. So.
Right. Okay, so speaking of awareness, here are some resources that are available for you to connect with and with help and support. Being diagnosed is obviously scary and very overwhelming,
yes.
But remember, you don't have to go through this alone. Support is key to battling the fight with power. So in Canada, there is the most, I found to be the largest source of info, is www.prostatecancer.ca. This is a prostate cancer support group. And there's so much information, from the actual condition to what we talked about, how to go about getting examined, what happens when you're diagnosed.
Exactly.
Resources,
there's so much information available for you.
Right. There's resources in that website for across the country. There's another prostate cancer support group at the University Health Network, which is www.uhn.ca/Princess Margaret. This is a prostate cancer Canada network, It gives men who are coping with prostate cancer a chance to also meet with each other.
Mm-hmm.
So nice support groups.
I know there used to be one here in Windsor at the Windsor Cancer Clinic.
Okay.
I do not know, unfortunately, if that is still going. I'm assuming it is because it was quite large. So, again, you can call the Cancer Center and they can...
right. And again...
And they're great there. They can
for sure
answer questions, refer you on, and yeah, just call them.
And again, we're going to be posting all of these resources on our Facebook page at the Kat and Gabby Show. Should you need to review anything that we mentioned or you want to learn something new, we'll have that for you. And also in the United States, for prostate cancer awareness, you can always log into the American Cancer Society.
Mm-hmm.
That is www.cancer.org/cancer/prostate cancer. The American Cancer Society provides detailed information on prostate cancer and its treatment. And also I want to mention, Kat, for a wonderful new local service. It's here in our building where we are for our podcast. It's local mental health support in our area, Windsor-Essex County area.
Mm-hmm.
You can consider the Windsor Downtown Missions Call-In Center.
Oh, wonderful.
Their contact information is the Distress Center of the Downtown Mission. It's free and confidential.
Very
Anyone
nice.
can call. I mean, not
Yes.
just men alone, but any family member or friend who's affected by...
Or need some answers that you can't get from your guy, say. Right?
Or if you just need support because you're feeling sad or stressed out. No one needs to suffer alone.
Mm-hmm.
So like I said, the Distress Center is free and confidential. It's open 365 days a year. You can call 519-256-5000 from 12 noon to 12 midnight, or you can even text
Nice.
147-147 or 741-741 between the hours of 2 p.m. and 2 a.m. And you can always go online, www.downtownmission.com from 2 p.m. to 2 a.m. also. And again, we're going to post all this info on our page.
Wonderful. Okay.
But I thought that was great to mention because, like we mentioned before about the suicide rates in men being high.
Yes.
This is a wonderful resource to talk to someone and get help instead of suffering alone.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Because you're not alone, really.
No, never
you
alone.
must realize that. Because there's, as we mentioned, a lot of resources and friends and family and that kind of stuff. So,
and even for your own peace of mind. I mean, if you need to call, go ahead. Nothing to be embarrassed about. Because I know a lot of men have for lack of better terms, like that macho image. Like,
Absolutely.
I don't need any help. I'll get over this. Or
Yeah.
if I keep working crazy hours, I'll forget about it. It'll go away. But it won't.
No.
So we want to make sure that everyone's aware that there are resources out there.
Absolutely. Alrighty, so now we're going to talk about recipes.
Our recipes
of the week that we've tried on a lighter tone. I tried in Canadian Living. Actually, I tried two recipes from their thing. Yeah, crock pot recipes. So that was nice and easy. One was a chicken and wild mushroom, which was really it was a mixed mushroom. I didn't do the dry mushrooms and rehydrate and all that because that stuff's expensive. I just bought a can, but it gave me the same idea. But my favorite was the hearty beef stew, done with a little bit of red wine, that kind of stuff. Wine. Yeah, we'll post that recipe. So it's a simple stew recipe, nothing too complicated. Your usual carrots and stew beef and all that. But the red wine made it really nice. And so there was a little bit of leftovers. And I have to tell you the story because this is how my life goes. I'm all proud of this stew and it's smelling so great. The house smells. Kat. Oh my God. Spill it. I did. I was trying to balance too many containers.
Oh, literally. I meant spill it. Tell us your story, but you literally spilt it.
I literally spilt it.
Oh,
yes.
no.
So there were some leftovers. I put it in the fridge downstairs. As European people, we always have a second fridge. Yes. So it was downstairs because it didn't fit in the fridge upstairs.
What the heck do you have in the fridge upstairs?
Oh my God, we have issues.
Okay.
So anyways, I'm taking this container out, just the plastic Ziploc, container, Rubbermaid, whatever the heck it was. And trying to do too much and boom.
Oh, no.
On the floor. Like the container smacked. You would have think that I whipped it.
Out of anger.
Or something. But it just fell and it cracked everywhere.
Oh, no.
All the stew juices, red wine went on my carpet.
Oh, no. Do you have stains?
Yeah. Well,
oh, no.
Yeah. So here I am. I'm flipping out. I'm swearing like a truck driver from hell because I'm so mad. Oh, yeah. It's not going my way. I'm just like F-bombs, like left, right, and center.
Was
I have
that
to tell you.
the same day when I spilled there, trying to carry all the recycle boxes at the same time?
You know what? I don't remember, but it probably was close to that.
Yeah.
I was like not happy, needless to say. So it was a total waste of my ingredients.
Oh,
so
no.
whatever was left ended up on the floor, then ended up in the garbage because I'm not picking it up off the floor because it was on the carpet. And the container, like I said, just went into a million pieces. It's like it was made of like eggshells or something like that.
Wow.
So then I'm like, oh, I'm going to go grab some paper towels as I'm swearing. The kids are like, what's going on? I'm like, oh,
did they help you
God.
clean?
No, they didn't help
no.
me. No. So
that's
then
just mean.
I take one paper towel and I'm like, I'm not even going to bother. So I just found an X-Acto knife and I just cut the piece of carpet.
Are you serious?
This is how mad I was.
Okay,
I just
listen,
cut
Kat,
this
we
piece
do products of the week. Can you wait a couple days? I would have tried a stain resistant whatever.
No, I was not
my
having it. I just
God.
cut the piece of carpet.
You literally cut the carpet off.
I do. It was on the floor in the basement. I'm just because it's red wine. It's stained.
That's like me smashing a tile out of the floor because I can't get the grout clean.
That's how pissed off I was. I just couldn't deal with it anymore. I just cut the carpet and threw it in the garbage. My friend comes over and she's like, why is there a piece of carpet in your garbage? I'm like, don't even talk to me right now. Don't make me repeat the story because I'm going to lose my shit.
So what are you going to do now?
And then my son goes, he asked me, where's the stew, Mom?
It's like, go look at the carpet.
I'm like, are you kidding me? I'm like, I had to throw it out because it spilled all over the floor. He's like, you couldn't save it?
Really?
If you could see my face right now, it's like,
it was on the floor.
Are you fucking kidding me? Like, I could not believe him. He's
How
like,
old is he?
17.
Yes, I know.
Yeah. He's like, I really wanted to have it. I'm like, well, it's in the garbage now, so
with the
go
carpet.
Yeah, with the piece of carpet. So go nuts.
So okay, that's great, but sorry to hear that. But what are you going to do now with the carpet?
Nothing. It's just
you're going to leave it like that.
Yes.
What does it look like underneath? It's like a piece of wood, or what is it?
No, like it's just a piece of carpet because it's on the cement floor. So we have just little remnants, so, you know, it's warm on your feet. So there's a little section kind of on your way to the fridge, just so you're not kind of standing on this bare floor in front of the fridge. So, like I said, it's a little piece.
I'm going to come over and see that.
Oh, it's went in last week's garbage. You missed it.
No, the whole, like the piece that's missing.
Oh, it doesn't even look that bad because I cut it out nicely and all that to make it look square and everything.
Oh,
but
my God, that's hilarious.
There was, So I don't know if I'll be making beef stew anytime soon because I'm going to associate with that memory. But yeah, it was really good. Well, you know, we had it.
When you had it.
He had it.
Well, we're going to try it and I'm going to make sure I don't.
Yeah, thanks Canadian Living for the recipe. It was good until I dropped it.
5 leftovers. I'm just going to throw them out immediately.
Throw them.
I don't want to go through that. I don't want to have to smash a tile out of my kitchen floor.
Oh my God, it was horrible. Horrible.
That's funny.
I'm a little melodramatic too, so.
Oh my God.
Yeah. That's the story of our life, though.
Well, that was my day. I tried to I had a really bad day at work. Like everyone was being a jerk to me. So anyway, I'm finally get home and, you know, I know it's going to start downpouring rain any second, right? Yeah. So I'm like, I'm going to do a YOLO. I'm going to carry all my recycle bins at once under my arms and we have this big one that you've on wheels, right?
Oh my God.
So I'm pulling that behind me. And then I'm also holding, you know, because I'm not thinking straight, right?
No,
like I could just leave my laptop bag in my purse, my big purse in the car.
Oh, makes sense, yeah.
And
but not at that moment.
No, I'm going to hold it all, right?
No. Yeah.
So I'm doing this, like, I don't know, carnival balancing act.
Oh my God.
And I'm just staring at the sky, right? I'm like, it's going to rain. I got to be
any second now. Hurry up.
Right. And I'm not looking, you know, towards my feet. And I almost trip over a stupid pumpkin.
Oh.
Yeah, because, you know, my OCD, I have to clean the night of Halloween, right?
Oh, yeah.
It's like
nothing
midnight,
this year I did.
I have to clean out the pumpkin. So anyway, I forgot they were on the ground. I almost tripped over the pumpkin.
Oh, shit.
I'm still holding everything. And I'm starting to feel them slip. I'm like, no, dear God, no. I'm so close to the curb. what happens? Like 3 steps away from the curb, everything drops. It's like a hurricane in my front yard. Everything's flying everywhere. Because I know, the wind's strong. It's picking up.
Newspapers.
Because it's going to storm. And I'm like, you were swearing for your leftovers. Well, you should have heard me. It was like F-bomb here, F-bomb there.
Oh, yeah.
I even blame my husband for things. And
of course, yeah. Why did anybody take this out? I know.
It wasn't even his fault, but I'm still blaming him.
Well, why not? You got to blame somebody at that point in time.
Yeah, but anyway. So, moving on.
Your recipe is?
And does it matter, though, that I have to say I pick everything up and stack it back in the recycle the way we're supposed to. We follow the rules. And then the recycle guy comes by the next day. He's like, I don't care what the hell you went through. He throws it in the truck. He takes off in the truck. Because I guess they're the driver and the guy that picks up it all at once.
Yeah.
And all these papers are flying out of the truck, but it's okay to leave those on the road. I should have just left it in the yard.
You should have.
The way it felt. But hey, I'm not that kind of gal.
I know. At some point, it's just like you got to just say,
I'm like, is it hard though? I'm not being rude, but come on. Is it hard to pick up the recycle? Like, especially our bin with the wheels. They literally snap it on the truck, and the truck lifts the bin, empties it out. All they have to do is push it back in the yard. Is it that hard? Like, do I have to put pink little bows on everything so they can collect it? Oh, this looks nice. I think I'll collect it.
I don't know. Anyway,
moving on. So my recipe of the week is actually in relation for prostate cancer awareness, and it's from this great site. It's cookforyourlife.org. And this site promotes prostate health with a list of recipes using many of the ingredients known to be beneficial for prostate health. So these include not only foods with lycopene, a known prostate cancer fighting compound.
Tomatoes.
Right. But also soy products, healthy oils, vegetables, and foods rich in omega-3s, all of which have been found, like you mentioned earlier, to be extremely beneficial to prostate health. So one recipe in the website, which looked pretty good to me, was the asparagus and goat cheese frittata. It's easy and quick to make. So I'm just the ingredients were eggs, water, Parmesan cheese, salt and pepper to taste, extra virgin olive oil, chopped scallions, steamed asparagus.
Yum.
1 potato.
Really?
Goat cheese and olive oil or unsalted butter as needed. So you just pretty much, find the recipe on their site. You follow their instructions, and the frittata looks pretty good. And it's also, I believe they mentioned, it's a recipe that's easy to swallow. Because I guess if you're going through treatment, some foods are hard to swallow.
Right. That would be like radiation or chemotherapy.
Right.
That changes a lot in your body. You become very sensitive to different foods and smells, that kind of stuff.
Right.
So,
and that's another thing with this website. Based on whichever stage you're at, if you're diagnosed with cancer or you're just getting checked out and you want preventative health recipes, this website's got it all. And it's great. So, again, we're going to post it on our page. It's cookforyourlife.org. And I hope you guys enjoy it. If you check it out, let us know.
Yeah, let us know. Alrighty, so now we're going to do our quotes of the week. My quote is from thepsychmind.com. And sometimes, crying as a girl always makes me feel better. So
me too.
I truly feel that this is true. So the quote says, crying is how your body speaks when your mind cannot explain the pain that you feel. And that's exactly
that's
true.
Good. I like that.
Yeah, because sometimes you're just so overwhelmed. Boys, maybe you don't cry, but you should, because it feels so good once you're done.
Right.
So, but yeah, sometimes you're just overwhelmed with life, with diagnosis, with everything, right?
Yes.
And sometimes you just don't know what else to do. Sometimes even just out of frustration.
Right.
Cry.
Yeah.
You'll feel better.
It's
I
almost
promise
like a cleansing ritual where it helps you feel better.
Yeah.
I find that I feel like when I'm overwhelmed, I feel like I'm heavy. Like there's just something lingering on my shoulders, in my heart. And if you need to, you just cry. And we've cried a lot as moms too. But
yes.
It does help.
Yes.
So I like your quote.
All right.
Thank
Thanks.
you. And my quote is from the mysterious unknown.
Oh.
So I couldn't track it down to
Okay.
anyone. It's just unknown.
Okay.
So my quote is, whenever you find yourself doubting how far you can go, just remember how far you have come. Remember everything you have faced, all the battles you have won, and all the fears you have overcome.
Wow.
Right. So
That's very powerful.
If you made it through past situations that were difficult,
Mm-hmm.
you can do it again.
Absolutely. You do not realize how much strength you have.
Right. And
Until it's
support
done.
with friends.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Nice.
Yeah, very nice. Okay, so our last segment is product.
All right.
Of
So what's
the
yours?
My product is, hold on, let me get my sheet here. It's actually something I tried.
Okay.
Very impressed with. This is more on the ladies' side of things. So it is called, the brand name is Batiste or Batiste.
Batiste. I've heard of this. Yes.
And it is the Big and Bouncy XXL Volume
Wow.
Instant Hair Refresh.
Ooh.
So pretty much it's a dry shampoo.
Oh, okay.
So
Sounds
it
very
works
fancy.
great because I tried a couple before and it made my hair look like I have lice. Like it leaves that white debris.
Yes. Yes.
And I was devastated. I'm like, what? Now I got to, I did it to save time. Now I got to go rewash my hair because I look like I have lice. But this product doesn't do that.
Oh, okay.
There's no white, dusty debris in your hair. And
Okay.
it smells really good.
No, okay.
And it really does add volume. If you spray it, not too close, but, good distance from your roots.
Okay.
It does leave you with volume. Because, when you're in between shampoo days, your hair is kind of flat and it looks,
Yeah.
it may look
Yeah,
near
like
the
that's
roots
me
like a
right
little
now.
oily.
Mhm.
But
Yeah.
no, your hair looks fine.
No.
Anyway, so it
Thanks.
does that. It gives you volume and it dries up your roots. So it does look like you did wash your hair.
Perfect. I need to try this stuff.
Yeah, and you can find it at any drugstore. And the can that I bought, and I'll post a picture of it,
Okay.
was only $8.99. It sounds like a lot
Okay.
of money, for a simple can of dry shampoo, but
Okay.
it works. It worked for me. I tried it on my daughter,
Uh-huh.
and she was, for a 16-year-old, no
She liked
complaints.
it too?
She's like,
Okay, good,
this is
good.
pretty good.
Yes, because like you said, they leave that white residue sometimes,
Yeah,
and that's
it looks like
it's
lice
like
and,
so obvious. It's like
The first time I did that, I was running so late, but I was contemplating in the mirror, like, just staring at myself, like, should I risk this? Should I look like I'm developing lice?
Maybe I'll wear a hat
Then
today.
no one will talk to me all day. So I'm like, screw it, I'm washing my hair.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
anyway, no, this works really good.
Okay.
So that's my product of the week.
My product, I don't really have one. But I did stop. I'm a Tim Hortons girl, but McCafe was close by, so I stopped at McDonald's. I was going to get the French vanilla latte, but
Ooh, those are good.
yes, because I really needed a little boost this afternoon. So they have a new flavor out, the creme brulee latte, and I have to say, love it.
It's good.
very good.
See, I'm
so
opposite
enjoying
of
that
you.
today.
I'm opposite
Yeah.
of you. I like McDonald's coffee over Tim Hortons coffee.
Oh yeah, I
don't know.
I haven't tried lattes at Tim Hortons, so I can't say yes or no. I do like my Tim Hortons coffee. That's
No, my General
Yes.
Coffee, I like McCafe better.
yeah.
I don't know why. I just find Tim Hortons, no disrespect.
I know, but they've
to
been
Tim
knocked out of the
Hortons,
first spot
Yeah,
in
I find it to
Canadians
be-
for Canadians actually.
Yeah, I find it to be a little bitter. Yeah, I think they fell into fourth place.
Something like that, third or fourth. Yeah,
And
there was
McCafe was first.
I know. So, but anyways, enjoying my creme brulee, liking it
that's
a
good.
lot. So, that's my product. Thank you. It's
Well,
so good.
Sounds good. Thanks for sharing. I will try it because I
Yes.
love anything coffee with flavor.
Mhm.
That's right up my alley.
Yes, you'll enjoy it.
Yes.
All right, people. So that's it for us this week. Hope you guys have a great weekend, night shift, whatever you're up to, and we'll be back at you soon.
Absolutely. Thank you again for listening. We really do hope that all the information we shared with you will be valuable information for you. And again, please get checked out. It's very important. Get yourself examined early. So, hopefully there's a great chance that you'll be okay and you won't have to go into further care.
Exactly.
But if you do, just remember that you can do this and you are not alone. Again, we will post all of our resources that we found online, and again, the Downtown Mission that offers the free phone in or texting or going online services to help you out. So guys, we hope you enjoyed it. Everybody have a good week, and we look forward to talking with you again soon.
All right. Happy Movember.
Happy Movember. Yeah, let's, if you can, post us some pics of your
Yes,
Movember
would love to see
mustaches.
that.
Yeah,
Would love
those
to
are
see. Yes.
awesome.
Yeah.
So anyway, take care, everyone.
All right. Bye.
Have a good week. Bye.
Nothing can break